Hello, my friend. I have not done one of these videos in a very long time, but I thought that I would bring it back because this month is a very special month for me. It is my 8-year anniversary on the YouTubes on this channel. Yay! When I think about, I've pretty much grown an entire human from a 1-year-old to a 9-year-old, from a 4-year-old to now a 12-year-old in the time that I've had this YouTube channel. And you know, a lot of things have changed on YouTube, and I've learned a lot in these 8 years. So I asked on Twitter some questions that you all had about what it's like to do YouTube full time, what it's like to do YouTube in general. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer those today. And if that sounds interesting to you, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump in, and I'm just gonna go in order on Twitter. So the first question was, how big does your channel have to be before you can work with a management company? How do you find a management company? How do they typically get paid? Okay, so I've never worked with a management company, but I know other people that have. Usually they scout you out. There are some management companies that you kind of hear through the grapevine. You may know someone that has one and they can kind of put you in touch with their management company. And really what a management company will do is they will seek out opportunities for you. So they will approach brands, they will approach magazines, they will look to, if you're big enough, celebrities to collaborate with you on your channel. They will negotiate rates for you for sponsored content. And it doesn't have to just be on YouTube, it can be on Instagram, it can be on TikTok, it's wherever. And then usually they'll take a 10% cut of profits from deals that you get. And from what I understand, they usually get paid per project, and then also some of them will get a monthly rate for being a manager, for communicating emails and things like that. Okay, my friend Rox over at Metamorphosis Rock, she says, not so much a question as asking for suggestions on how you organize your workload. Plan in advance. If so, how many weeks in advance? Work schedule, research, filming schedule, and most important, how do you stay motivated? Okay, so lots of stuff in there. So the first thing is I do have a weekly schedule of how I break down my week. So Mondays are research days. That's when I usually really throw myself in and do the meat of my research for my videos that I'm going to be filming on Tuesday. So Tuesday is a filming day where I usually film my videos that are not what's up in makeup. Wednesday and Thursday are editing days of the videos that I filmed on Tuesday. I usually film 2 videos on Tuesdays. Friday is filming what's up in makeup, and then I edit Friday night. I edit all day on Saturday for what's up in makeup usually, and then that video goes live on Sunday. I have my live chat on Sunday, and I try to take the rest of Sunday off. So from 11 a.m. on Sunday until the evening, that is my time to mostly really refresh my comments from what's up in makeup and chat and watching how those are doing. Tweeting on Twitter, I mean, for real, I don't really take completely off because I really like to read the feedback on my content. But for the most part, I try to not, I don't film or edit on Sundays. So that's kind of the schedule. As far as knowing what I'm gonna film, I usually decide that on Sundays so that I know what I need to research on Monday. And sometimes I'll start my research on Sunday if I know it's gonna be a really heavy, very research intensive project. I learned that if I try to plan things too far in advance, that by the time I get to them, a lot of times, especially if it's a product, it's already outdated. I used to buy a ton of products, and I would get them in and I would try them, and then I would just end up backlogged of products that I purchased that were now considered old, meaning they've been out for more than 2 weeks. How do I stay motivated? I think that I just really like doing this. I just really, really like this whole process. YouTube is my dream job. It's everything I ever wanted to do. I get to learn, and I get to teach, and I get to be in front of a camera, and I get to meet people and talk to people and get to know people. And it's the perfect job for me. So motivation, I think, is the only time I feel like I'm not as motivated is if my videos just don't seem to be quote unquote doing well, and I put a lot lot of love into them, it can be kind of discouraging, but at the same time, I really try to focus on the people that did enjoy the video, people that really loved it, and know that I helped them, even if maybe it didn't have the reach that I expected. There are people that enjoyed the video, and that kind of helps keep me going and keep me motivated. And also rewatching them sometimes and seeing, how proud I am of that content helps me to want to make more. Janelle wanted to know the pay schedule. Does YouTube pay out monthly or bi-monthly? Monthly, usually the middle of the month we get paid. And that's just for AdSense. But if you are doing sponsored content, of course, that's gonna vary based on whoever you're working with. Shannon wants to know more about how I started my YouTube channel and my transition into YouTube from my teaching career. Really, honestly, it was fabulous. It was so wonderful, the transition, because I went from getting up early in the morning, getting ready, going to work, coming home, having a pile of stuff to grade, and having YouTube videos to film and edit, to not having to do all of the teaching stuff and just being able to focus on YouTube. And it was incredible. And I would not have been able to do that without my husband having a stable job that could cover us for a little while. When I quit my teaching job, I was probably making about, I think I figured I was making like $8,000 a year. Something like that. When I quit, it wasn't enough. It wasn't a lot. There's no way I would have been able to do it without him. So I am forever grateful for that. Lisa Sampson, I will link her YouTube channel down below. She says, I use my phone, but I want a camera. What should I get? Do you set it up through the computer? Why does it almost take 24 hours for my live chat to be available once live is over? Any recommendations once you hit the 1,000 and 4,000 watched hours mark I hit last April? Okay, so again, lots to unpack there. As far as a camera, I know some people just film on their phones and it's not a big deal. I do have my camera and my lenses and my lighting and all of that linked down below. John had put all of that together for me because honestly, he understands the stuff way better than I do. I don't get all of this. Is that stuff 100% necessary? No, I don't think so. I think the most important thing if you're gonna invest in something is lighting. If people can't see you, especially if you're doing a makeup video, I think that that is a deal breaker for a lot of people and they'll click off. I also think editing software is something to invest in. If you're doing anything beyond a basic cutting, maybe putting in a little text, if you want to do more than that, then investing in a good editing software, either Adobe or Final Cut, I think is a good way to go rather than a camera, because phone cameras really have come a long, long way. And a lot of people can get away with just filming on their phones, and it's not a bad thing. Do I set up my camera through my computer? No, I have an external drive that it records to, and then I transfer those files to my computer. Hopefully that answered that question. And why does it take almost 24 hours for the live to render? I don't know. Mine usually takes about 20 minutes. I honestly don't know, but I will link down below a Twitter account that's really, really good at answering those kinds of questions. Recommendations once you hit the monetization point. So that's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I think just figuring out what makes you unique in the space, how you're going to stand out among the crowd, why people are going to come to you versus go to another channel, what makes you different in the space, I think is the most important thing. And hopefully, since you've worked your way up to that, you've built a library of videos that people can reference and watch now that they've found you. So really just finding what makes you different. Cassandra says, planning strategies or any tips you wish you knew. Knowing this ahead of time, I think would just have limited my amount of frustration. Is that with YouTube, working smarter, not harder, is really where sanity will be maintained, because YouTube doesn't care how many hours you spent editing or how many hours you spent filming or how many videos, if you put up 5 videos versus 3 videos versus 2 videos. None of that really matters in the long run. What matters is that you're creating good videos. You could put up 1 video a month, 4 videos a month, or you could put up, 10, 20, 30 videos a month. If you're not putting out good content that people want to watch, the channel won't grow. It's all about putting out things that people truly want to watch. And I think that I've always been the work harder, not smarter kind of person ever since, I started in school. So I feel like I'm still going to go that route because I know myself, but I think some of my frustration would have been lessened if I had kind of accepted that earlier in my YouTube career. All right, Alina wants to know, do you see other channels as competitors or are they friends? I come from the wine community and we're more friends than competitors. I think it really depends on the person. I think some people see it more as a competition and some people see it more as a way to meet people with similar interests. And I have gone to a ton of different beauty events, from the Ipsy Gen Beauty / Ipsy Live things to IMATs and different things. And I've been so fortunate to have met so many people that a lot of them have become friends of mine. I am so incredibly thankful for that. When I look and I see, Samantha March's videos doing well, if I see Audra from Audra at Home, I see her videos doing well. I see Bailey Sarian's videos doing well. I see Raw Beauty Christie's videos doing well. At no point in my mind am I like, oh, they don't deserve that. My channel, I'm not thinking that because they are genuinely amazing people and I want them to do well and I cheer for them, but not everybody is like that. And I think that the more people that you reach out and meet and get to know on a human level, the easier it is to see people as friends and not competition. Now, that's not to say I don't think about channel growth and how my channel is growing in comparison with other people, because I think that's just human nature. I don't think there's anything I can do to stop that in my own brain, but it's not in a negative way. It's more of a, what can I do to make my channel a better place, to create better content so that people will enjoy it more and so that my channel will do better. And I think that that's just natural to do some kind of comparing, but I don't think that's necessarily the healthiest thing to focus on. It's more a secondary thing. Missy wants to know my opinion on Patreon. I think Patreon is fantastic. I think it's wonderful. It used to get a lot of hate back when Patreon first started. Beauty channels were not allowed to do stuff like that. You were seen as greedy. You were seen as money hungry, using your subscribers. I feel like that mindset has gone down significantly since Patreon and channel memberships and all that have become more popular. Because when it comes down to it, if people don't want to participate in that, that's okay. But I don't see a problem with those options being open for people who do want to, for people that do want to support through a super chat or a Patreon or a channel membership. Why not? As long as the person isn't manipulating their audience into joining something and then not providing what is promised, I see absolutely no problem with it. Actually, I cheer it on. Any way that we can support small businesses in general, and that's really what we all are. We're all small businesses. We're all independent contractors. I'm in support of that. So I think Patreon is great. I probably will never do a Patreon, but I do have the channel memberships. I have the Collective Brain Elite. Okay, Amber wants to know, do you think in today's time you could have a decent sized platform without Apple and Mac products and software? I know a lot of people that use Adobe Premiere and use PC software. So I don't think I use Mac software, but I don't think that you necessarily need that. What can you use with just Samsung and a normal laptop? So you would use Adobe, and I forget what the non-paid one is. But if you're just doing basic editing, you don't need to have the fancier Adobe stuff. A couple of people, including Alicia, wanted to know about the back end of it for like taxes. So we do pay taxes and we do get I think, is it a 1099? I don't know. We get the form from Google for our AdSense. We also get forms from places that we do sponsored content with. And we do have to submit all of that to pay taxes on our earnings. And my family does pay our taxes quarterly. We have a tax person because my husband has his own business. So we've had a tax person for a really long time. So she helps us with all of that on the back end. But taxes, when you don't have anybody taking them out through a paycheck, they can get very overwhelming at the end of the year, I'll tell you that. Okay, Karen says, I always like videos that tell us how to best support channels we love. I know nothing of YouTube's back end, so what makes the most financial impact? Links, watching ads, buying collabs. Okay, so it really depends. Ways that we can earn money that don't cost the viewers anything is clicking on affiliate links. So if we, let's say let's just say I'm talking about this M Cosmetics blush and I have an affiliate link in the video description and you choose to purchase this, then I earn a commission off of you purchasing that. So that's free for you and I earn money off of it. Another thing is watching ads or using the YouTube premium subscription. We do earn money off of the premium subscription, and I have heard that we do earn more money from a premium subscription than we do from somebody watching ads all the way through. I do believe we do get a little bit less money if you click skip on the ads, but I don't know how, YouTube doesn't tell us how much or if that's even true. So if you see like a 30-minute long ad, which some of these ads recently, like they have like full videos, just skip it. Don't ever, please don't waste your time. Please skip the ad. And if you don't have time, just skip the ads. The YouTuber's still gonna make money even if you skip the ad. It just may be a little bit less. Other things that are free that really help YouTubers are leaving comments and liking the video, sharing the video, anything that will help the video to get more views, because all that really matters in the YouTube algorithm as far as growing a channel is the number of views and the amount of watch time, how long the person watches the video. If you go in, you watch it for a minute, you click off, it lowers that watch time. But if you watch it all the way through and then you watch another video on that channel, that looks really good on the algorithm and really helps the channel to be shared and grow more. As far as things that you could pay for, of course, you know, people that have super chat, people that have Patreons, people that have channel memberships, those help. Purchasing collabs, that helps. But really the best, most wonderful things you can do for a YouTuber are those free things, are the clicking the like button, leaving a comment, watching videos, watching them all the way through, sharing them. Like those are the things that really make a huge difference, to be 100% with you. And speaking of that, this is really interesting. Shannon says, I'd like to know how AdSense works and how much are we talking, like pennies or dollars per ad? Fraction of a penny per ad. Fraction of a penny. So a $10 per 1,000 views is considered a pretty good amount to get per 1,000 views. So let's say I get 10,000 views in a video, I'll probably make about $100. And it goes up and down. It depends on the season, sometimes a little more, sometimes it's less. And it also depends on your niche. Beauty, we sell a lot of things. So we're higher monetized than other niches. If you're in gaming or something, you may have a $4 CPM or a $3 CPM or a $5 CPM. So $4, $3, $5 per 1,000 views, they're not gonna make as much. But in beauty, I feel like a $10 CPM is pretty, at least for me and my channel and my size, is about what I end up getting as far as AdSense. But it adds up if you have a channel that gets significant amount of views, that gets more than 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 views. And the people that are getting hundreds of thousands or millions of views per video, they're doing all right. Don't let them tell you they're not making AdSense money, because they're making AdSense money. Unless they've got their ads turned off for some reason. Okay, Delaney wants to know, she says, I'd be curious to know how it affects your family life, how much of the impact your job makes, what your husband and kids think of YouTube and mom being a YouTuber. Do they want to be YouTubers too one day? Both my kids, I feel like they went through their I want to be a YouTuber phase. I don't think either of them at this point want to be YouTubers. Maybe one day, I don't know. Who knows? But now they're both kind of over it. What?
John still kind of wants to be a YouTuber.
You think he does?
He said he kind of wants to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, I think they're both kind of young. They're both kind of deciding what they want to do with their lives. So I don't know. As far as is it affecting my family life, I try to stop and take time and spend time with my family. Like we usually on Sundays, we'll spend time together and do things together. We'll watch movies together. We'll play games together. We don't play games as much as we probably should, but we do try to spend time together. But one thing that's great is I do get to work from home. So with like homeschooling my kids with the pandemic and them being home, I get to be here. So if they're having any trouble with accessing something, or if they're having trouble with their homework or whatever, I can be here to help them, which is incredible. Angela says, how do you pick a niche when every area seems so oversaturated? Like I was saying before, I think that finding something that you can do in a unique way is where you should go. Think about what you like to watch, what you enjoy watching, and can you spin it in a way that no one's ever spun it before? Can you create content that you think people will enjoy and something that not many people are talking about, but you know you have a strong love for something? That's where you should go. This is funny. Is it over yet? How hard is it to actually indicate that you're doing a sponsored video? Not hard, but the problem is people say that they don't care about whether a video is sponsored or not, but people do. I think people still definitely do. When I do a sponsored video, my like to dislike ratio gets a little smaller every time I do a sponsored video. I think people still get upset about it. That's the reason why people don't disclose them, because people see it as being a selling out. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing as many beauty sponsorships. I don't want people to think that my opinion of products is going to be tainted by the fact that I've done something with a beauty brand. So I try really hard to do as few of those as possible so that people can see visually that I'm being objective. Even though I know I'm being objective, I feel like it's easier to have people believe that you're being objective if you don't do as much sponsorship with beauty brands. That's why you've seen, Bloomscape with plant delivery, and, I used to do Home Chef, and, I've got a shoe one coming up. I've got all kinds of things of companies that I really enjoy, like Native deodorant that I use every single day, because I do feel like there still is a stigma against sponsored content. It's just we're cutting out the middleman of YouTube, because YouTube takes a huge cut of the money from the ads that you watch, where they're not taking a cut of when we do a sponsored video. So that's really where it makes a difference for us. And it's really not hard to disclose. Just some people are less comfortable with it. Therefore, they don't feel like they can tell people. That's them. I don't know. That's never been me. That's them. I don't know. Okay, the last ones are kind of all about mental health. So we've got Deb. I'd love to know the most positive things about being a YouTuber. Really just being able to be home and be able to work from home, be my own boss, make what I want to make, do what I want to do, meeting people, talking to people, learning things, getting new ideas, advancing my thought process on different things. That stuff is definitely the best. Most negative things. It's like, I'm trying to think of, as far as negativity, I feel like even the negative things help me grow as a person. So I don't really see them as negative as I used to. I probably would have said a couple years ago, hate comments, criticism that's not helpful, things like that. I think mean people that are just genuinely mean in their souls is probably the worst thing. People that really just are just being mean to be mean. And that's probably the most negative thing. How do you stop negative comments from getting to you? I don't. I am unsuccessful. I will let you know if I ever am able to fix that. And Christina, how to handle scandals with our current social and political climate. I think it's just listening, opening your mind, listening to people who have different opinions, and being open to growing and changing. Dealing with self-criticism is a huge difficulty for me because I am extremely critical of myself. So that has been a journey that I am still on, still working on. And I think that no matter who you are, if you're posting on the internet, you're going to post things you aren't proud of. I don't think that it's possible to always be 100% in everything you post all the time. I'm gonna link a video for you down below that was so good by a channel called Psych IRL. She's amazing. Her name is Donna, and it was about Jenna Marbles and the lack of authenticity on YouTube, and how Jenna Marbles leaving the platform was the death of authenticity on YouTube. Because when we all first started on YouTube, because my first YouTube video was uploaded in 2006, what we loved about YouTube is that we were just talking to regular people. But now with the production value and production quality of YouTube videos now, I feel like that authenticity isn't desired anymore. People don't want to talk to an authentic person. They don't want to see growth. They don't want to see somebody that is human and learning. They want to see somebody that is professionally polished and already knows everything that they're talking about. And it's just very different than it used to be. I'm not saying that it's bad or good or whatever. It's just very different. And I think that appreciation for the authentic voice and the authentic person is gone. I agree with Donna on that. It's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So I think with, self-criticism, I think we just, as YouTubers, need to understand that we are going to make mistakes and that that's normal and human. And as a final question, I get this all the time, and it's from people that want to start YouTube channels on, what should I expect when I start YouTube? And really, I think what people a lot of times don't know when they start YouTube is that nothing is guaranteed. You could upload every single day for 4 years and still have essentially, no subscribers and hardly any views. Nothing is guaranteed. And even when you do grow a platform, even when you do grow your channel, keeping that and keeping people's interest is not guaranteed. So you have to understand you're getting into something that's extremely volatile and completely and totally unpredictable. And you just have to kind of be ready for that. So at this point, my friend, it is your turn. In the collective brain of Makeup Awesomeness, where we help each other to not buy crap, even though that's not what we're talking about today, but help us to just, learn about the world and about YouTube. So if you have any thoughts on anything that I've said in this video, you can feel free to leave those down in the comments down below. And if you have a YouTube channel, feel free to leave your answers to any of these questions or anything you want to add on to what I've said, or if you've had a different experience, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not already subscribed, feel free to subscribe before you go. But if you would like to hang out a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a video for you right down there to watch. But if it is your time to go, it is no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did. Mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.